Hey there folks, Mike Seeklander here with the American Warrior Society, and I wanted to show you a live fire drill. Of course, in a previous video you probably watched me talk about the applicability of a short-barreled rifle inside of a vehicle, as well as some of the limitations and some of the training considerations. And I mentioned bilateral shooting, meaning having the ability to shoot off both shoulders, and that's what I'm going to show you in this live fire drill. Of course, I'm using the Wilson Combat SBR Tactical. This is an 8-inch gun with the Whisper suppressor on it. But before I get into the drill, I wanted to show you the application of it, so once again you kind of had a visual in case you hadn't seen that previous video. So step inside the vehicle. So the application I'm talking about and the need to go on to the other shoulder or shoot bilateral with that technique is, I can engage in this arc of movement in the front of the car if I needed to. I could probably also shoot out the window here, but there's a certain point where I'm limited and I need to switch to the other side. If I could switch to the other side, I could take those shots. And the same thing applies on the right-hand side. Of course, I could shoot here, I could turn, I could turn my body, but there's a spot where I'm really limited. But if I can switch to the other shoulder, no problem, I could fire shots all day long, okay? So that's where the application is. You need to be able to shoot off both shoulders, and that's what I'm gonna show you in the live fire drill coming up next. This live fire drill is the static bilateral mount drill. It's developed to allow you to train the skills of shooting off both shoulders. Assume a good shooting position, feet shoulder width apart, body weight on the balls of your feet. For the purpose of this drill, I'm doing a transfer with the technique where I'm taking the lead hand on the firearm, bringing it back to the front of the magazine well, transferring the stock up and over any sling system, and then switching the hands out, placing the opposite hand on the front of the gun and the other hand on the pistol grip. Mount the rifle on your strong side. Remember, keep the stock as centered as possible and find a good cheek weld. Fire one shot after wiping the safety off. Wipe the safety back on, transfer to the other shoulder, wipe the safety back off. And to do that, you're going to need to use your thumb if you have an ambidextrous safety like this rifle, or you can use your index finger on the opposite hand and fire one shot. Safety off, fire, safety on. Lead hand moves the magazine mag well. Opposite side foot and hand, move forward while you go over the top of the sling and switch hands. Safety off, fire. Safety back on, lead hand moves back to the magazine, mag well. Other side moves forward, switch hands, safety off, fire. Safety back on. Remember, the reason we're wiping the safety on and off between shoulders is so you get to practice the aspect of wiping the safety off with either hand. When you're mounting, make sure you're dropping the elbow and driving the shoulder forward into the rifle and cheek down into the stock to control the recoil. Continue your progression of 4, firing 1 shots, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, and so on either shoulder, and then back down to 1. Notice the feet switch. Every time you do this, when you switch shoulders, you're going to be better off if you switch feet into the opposite position. Keep that body weight low and aggressive.